Alright, today's video we'll be talking about the future of Grand Cross. Now I made this like a while ago, but I never really finished it. I was gonna tell myself to add stuff over the course of a couple days and everything, but I never did. So here we are. I don't know why I'm doing this. Here we are, and I'm gonna be talking about it. You guys can leave stuff that you wish for in Grand Cross, in the future of Grand Cross, in the comments, because I genuinely think, especially with us doing 4 Nights of Apocalypse, and that manga actually being sort of popular in Japan still, because 70 Cents obviously was huge. People I don't know why it's being downplayed. It's one of the biggest shows ever, or manga ever. Regardless, with 4-core and everything, and them doing Ragnarok, and just in general how much revenue Grand Cross is generating from Netmarble, I can see us going to the 7th year anniversary minimum, right? So to do that though, we do need a lot of updates, right, and stuff that we can add to the game, right? Not a lot of quality of life changes, right? Because a lot of stuff right now, I think if you were to get into Grand Cross, it'd be really tough. So my changes that I want, the first one that I don't even have on the list is a rates increase. Oh yeah. Hello, I pressed auto. I swear. Hello. Is a rates increase. I want higher rates in Grand Cross for some of the characters, because especially as a free-to-play, you can get 900 every month, pretty much, sorta. If you really want to, you can get 900 between every festival for sure, right? If you just have to skip the 600 banners, and you can do step-ups and 900s actually. I think you should have enough, but even then, it's that's not fun. And then the festival comes out, and we're okay, you have the fest, now just put all these units under the 600 units. And then it's yeah, well, I didn't pull them, but they're on the banner though, and then and then it's just a stupid conversation, right? So I think just increase the rates in general to 7%. I think people have been saying this for ages now. I actually think this guy has dodge food. So I'm just gonna attack his Chandler. I'll just attack 3 times, bro. Who cares? Let's see. He doesn't have dodge food. See, I was right. Well, actually, you don't want to attack melee twice. You only want to attack him once. If you attack him twice, you help him. If you attack him 3 times though, then it's actually still fine. Sort of. Anyway, so the thing is, with rates, I think it's so hard as a free-to-play to keep up, especially dupe-wise, right? Dupes are so hard to get, and then so many characters make or break by having a certain ult level, right? Obviously, Ultimate Escanor is the prime example, right? He literally his main feature of revival is locked behind ult gauge, right? And then we have so many units that don't really become good outside of when you have them 6/6. And in general, just having the CC difference and everything is bad. Just having so much less CC than your opponent, because right now, hold on. You definitely kill, right? He has 3 stacks. You definitely kill Sora, right? And then I think I kill. I think I'll just kill Starosa here. I think I'll just make sure I kill Starosa. Okay, just don't kill this guy apparently. Alright, yikes. I should just attack with melee first. I think keeping up as a free-to-play is really, really difficult, right? But let's not talk about the gacha rates, because that's obviously what everyone's going to be talking about, right? What they wish for the future, which I think is very important. Especially, okay, I actually need to talk about this though. On collabs, there's 4 new characters, right? And there's also these 4 characters you need dupes of, right? And then sometimes they the old characters also, right? They get updates, and then you have to build them up, and you need dupes for them and everything, right? And then outfits are expensive, and most of them you can't get with gems, but only with real money, which is so stupid, right? So at the very least, what they could do is make it so that the rates are higher, because especially collabs are there for to get new people in, right? A ReZero fan sees a ReZero collab, and he's like, oh my god, this game looks pretty cool. Always saw people playing it, let me give it a try, right? But now they won't have that. Now they won't have that, because this will actually do big damage, yeah. Now they won't have that because they hop on the game, right? They start the game, they get maybe 100 gems, right? If you start an actual fresh account, you don't buy a farmed account or anything, right? They do 2 multis, don't get anything, they're oh well, this game sucks. I don't and then the banner leaves and never comes back. And that's so stupid. So I think for especially collabs, that start rate should be 15%. I know you get 1 for free, okay, and then you still get that one up as a new player. You're not super awakening a guy until 2 months from then. It's so stupid. And then a lot of times, like, most of them aren't even that viable, right? But like the people that start the game because of them want to use them. So I never understood the collab banners being stupid. The next thing is, I'm gonna like open it, just have this, like, reevaluate items, pendants are horrible, raid system revamp. Yeah, so that's like the same thing. Items in this game, the way like Netmarble values them is very, very silly. Oh, we win, I think, right? Because Zao just actually does mad damage. Like, he wouldn't one-shot melee, but this kills melee. Because he's low HP. Anyway, reevaluate items. Oh, wow. Because when you go to like the bingo event too, you can, not the bingo, like the card flip event, and they make you choose between two things. So many times, it's just so bizarre what they think. They think like one pendant is worth the same as like 3 SA coins or something, right? I think one SSR ticket is worth like 3 pendants or something, and that's like not right, right? It should be like 1 UR pendant versus like 1 SSR ticket. And in general, like final bosses and everything, they don't give UR pendants either. I think we just lose. Hate to see it. The final boss, everything, they don't give UR pendants. They just give you like 1 SR pendant, 3 SR pendants. It's horrible, because now what, you need like 36, I think, to like fully evolve a character. It's so cringe, like the amount of resources you need, and they haven't increased the resources. When they give out a leveled character, it's still level 80, right? Which they haven't done like a level 80 banner in like ages. But they did level 80 units when level 80 was the max, right? And then level 90 was the max, and they still gave out level 80 characters. And then now level 100 is the max. I don't think they've given out any like leveled characters ever since then, but it would probably still do 80. Which I don't understand. Like, give me level 100 characters when I pull them. Especially stuff like, if we think back to last year. Oh, actually, I think I can win. I feel like this rank 3 can still kill him. Let's see. I don't know if it killed him. It didn't kill him. Okay. What was I gonna say? Hey, they're like level 100, especially characters like, if you think last year, like Skadi and Elat released, you pulled that blue Elat, that Elat's level 1 in your box. Like, I'm certain. Unlucky. That Elat is level 1 in your box. You never got it up, right? And that's because it takes so many pendants, resources, gold too, actually, but at least gold is really easy to farm. But as a free player, you don't have like the many AP pots too. It's just rough, I don't know. And then, you don't have enough resources to get them up, and then the character's not good, and the Elat still hasn't been relevant like a single time. Ever. No, she's been relevant once for the new Demonic Beast battle for Nidhogg, but it's still like she immediately got replaced. Like you don't run her anymore either. I'm pretty sure, right? Because you run like, yeah, you don't run her anymore, right? So it's like, okay, well, she has no use, never had a use, and they want you to get her up only for box CC, which is also a horrible like system. No, box CC I think is fine. Constellations are stupid though. Like the amount of like an advantage you get from whaling is crazy now. And most people don't realize, because, you know, most people don't hang around people that have like 9,000 million box CC with the 5th constellation and everything. But the difference that makes is crazy. When I got the 4th one done, I figured. When I got the 4th one done, I was already like, damn, I had like 7k more CC on my team. And I was like, okay, well, that's just balanced. And then I remember I like fought Nagato before I had my 4th one done, and my Ludo couldn't out CC his Kusak. And I was like, okay, bro. Relax. Okay, but it is what it is, right? It's a gacha game. Whales are always going to be benefited, but I think especially in like recent times, with how ults have evolved, with how the game has evolved from like everything, it's a lot more like whale beneficial now than it was before, which I think they need to tone that down. At least the costumes, right? They need to make them like, when they make them available for money at the start, and then for gems later at some point, right? They need to make them a lot cheaper. There's no way I'm spending 90 gems on an outfit, on one outfit set. There's no way. If I need like the headpiece weapon, the thing, I'm not paying 90 to get all the outfits. It's so stupid. I think in general outfits shouldn't cost anything either, but they're never gonna change that. I actually think I have to like do this, and then this. I could have just gotten melee ultimate. No, we're dissolved, right? I think. Yeah, we dissolved. Yeah, she did dissolve. Yeah, it's no damage. what do you call it? The costumes in general. Like, I pull a new character, okay? Let's say I spend like 200 to like do a rotation. I just got the character. Then I have to spend like another, like, to be fair, costume prices are down again, but it's still like $40 just to get the outfits, and then the character's usable. Without outfits, there's no way. Like, you free to place. Like, I'm gonna assume you guys only use characters that you have dupes for and like outfits for, right? And you build like teams for certain characters and stuff. But it's still crazy to me. Can we get 1 milli card? Okay, thank you. We just do this. Merlin dies, and then I encroach her. Sounds good to me. Or like I hit her with thingy while she's encroached. Well, Merlin didn't die. Really, Merlin didn't die. Yeah, but Lord Kidna is dead. Yeah, anyway, that's the first thing, right? I think the whole, like, the amount of an advantage of a whale server right now is a little bit too big. They need to tone that down. Pendants need to become a lot more available. Now, the next thing is the raid system. I think the raid system is super dated. It was fun at the start, right? When you, didn't have to do it that much. And then, well, you don't have to do it that much either, but it wasn't like, it didn't feel like a chore, right? Back then there wasn't all these systems required to like get every character up, so you only did demons like when you wanted to get a character up, you wanted to get up. But now that's not the case. Now you do that, and hold on, I can just do this. Now that's not the case anymore, because now you want to get every character up, right? And then doing demons is really cringe, right? Especially like for the ones that you can't like 3-turn consistently. And even then, like, you have to do it with like randoms and they don't know. I think the whole system needs to be revamped to just be single player. It's a cool idea that it's multiplayer, but they need to just make it single player. Make them like catered for towards single player, and then, you know, make it so you don't need another person, right? Make them so they work for like 1v1s, like you just like fight someone. Right now, if you're a whale, I can do every demon on hell with an AI, but that's very, very different for like free-to-plays and people that don't have the specific characters, and then don't also have these specific characters built up, and don't have specific friends that have specific characters built up that make the AI run possible, right? So it's very cringe. The raid system is stupid, and they said 2 years ago almost that they were going to revamp the what do you call it, the level up system, but they still haven't. It still takes 15 minutes to just go through all the menus to level up your characters, and then it also takes infinite amount of resources. Like the amount of like demon mets and everything, it was fine at the start, but now it's getting a little ridiculous. And to be fair, I haven't had really any problems with like demon mets outside of like Belmoth and OG demon, because you need so many of those from like 80 to 100 for no reason. And he's not stancing. And okay, weird chat. What was I gonna say? You need so many now, and you only need those for like 80 to 100 for the most part. Howlix every now and then, but like that's fine. But just in general, like the whole system, it just feels outdated. Back in the day, I feel like it felt nice. It felt like it fit, right? You did like the boss stage, and you had to like defend the village from like big boy monster. People also did actively raids, right? Now they don't. Now everyone like whales all do AI, and all the free-to-plays do like hard, so you can find people for hell, even if you're like good enough to do hell. So yeah, it's just cringe, right? And then now it's also like, oh, do you have like the X specific unit? No, I'm not playing with you, right? So just don't make them like this. Just make them, you know, very, touch food. Make them very like, they don't have to be easy. They just have to be easy enough so you can do them solo, like consistently, easy, and like you don't need like 5 specific units or something. Because I think so many people I know have like 3-4 million bucks, you see, whatever, have like 3 to 5 million bucks, you see, and it's because they don't want to get the other characters up, right? 1, they don't have enough pendants. 2, raid materials. It stinks. You can't. You pull a new unit, you don't have 36 pendants. Oh well, you don't get to use them, right? And even if you do, again, the costume thing, it pisses me off so much that costumes are a thing that you can only get for money. Regardless, the next thing is I think they need to start making more new cards for characters, because there isn't many. Every time a new character comes out, for the most part, outside of some fests, they get the same card, right? We've seen this card before. It's just Flood. It's just Flood. This is AoE Infect. This is Pulverize. This is a new card. And then both of Melee's cards are new, but they operate on the same like concept of all cards. So I don't want to give them the pass for this one. But yeah, I don't know. In general, I think it's just it'd be a lot more fun if all characters got new cards. Obviously, you can't give them for every character, right? But Fest should always have 2 new cards. I think always, right? Even if they're like the same card, slightly different, right? Like Escanos, the one ultimate, his single target, it's Flood, but stronger, and it does like the AoE damage, right? Which is very good, obviously. But it's also different. It's slightly different from Flood. It's not the same thing. And I think that's a lot more fun when characters are actually like different and not the same with different stats and like a different passive. I think that's a lot more fun. And I like 2 mechanics I want to see in cards and characters in general are column effects and cleave effects. Now, Escanor sort of has a cleave effect. What I mean with cleave is you hit someone and then would hit the units to the left and right. Right? I want positions in Grand Cross to start mattering because I think that's very cool if they do that. I can just do like this. I actually don't need the melee attack, but whatever. I want positions to matter in Grand Cross, right? So right now his melee is in the middle, right? If I attack with Cleave, I hit both Chandler and Esterosa, right? But his Chandler just taunted. So if I hit him with Cleave, I could only hit melee. Like it would only do damage to melee. It wouldn't do damage to Esterosa, right? Only the adjacent units. I think that's very cool. And then for team building, let's say Esterosa is like a new character, and this character like the character to the left of mine gets like 20% defense rate stats. The character to the right of mine gets 20% more attack rate stats. And so you have to put them in the middle. And then you can't just run like every unit you want, but you run like a unit that's like, if I'm the first unit on the team, so the far left one, I start the turn with like 3 attack rated buffs or something 5%, right? And then team building would just be not just, okay, you do what the game wants you to with like, okay, put demons on a team and then perk melee and Esterosa, but you would actually like do that, like you'd actually like have to think about the position of your characters, which I think is really cool. And it's just like something they can do that adds like infinite amount of depth without having to like do too much. Also, that's very lucky that we have these cards right now. Yeah, let me just do this. I just get Astro Assault. So I think those effects would be really, really cool. But I doubt they'll do this. I doubt they'll do positional effects, right? The positional effects would be too cool, I think, for them to add. And then new characters, I want duo units. I think everyone's been wanting to have duo units. I have duo units and switch units, to be fair, and then actual transformation units. I've had this down for like weeks now. Actually, it's funny, we talked about it on the podcast yesterday. I didn't even mention it, but not that easy. The thing is with like duo units, like getting like a Meliodas Zeldris for like anniversary, for example, would be just stupid hype, right? Like, oh my god, people would go crazy for this. Like they're both on the field, and then like let's say you use after this I'll show the example of what I mean. I sort of talked about something like my Purgatory melee video, what I wanted him to do with Trill and Dark, but they did their own good job of it, right? He's more broken than what I said, I think. Regardless, let's go to like any character, right? Let's go to Assault Melee. Doesn't matter. Right? Let's say this attack. This attack. I do the single target, right? And that's and the attack melee does, right? Melee like they're both next to each other, but only melee jumps forward and he attacks, right? And then melee is in front of Zeldris for like the next turn, right? Like they're still both together, like you still see both of them. But Meliodas is standing in front, right? And he's holding like a pose, right? Like he has a sword or whatever, right? And when I use the other card, Zeldris attacks, and then he's in front. And based on who's in front, the passive changes, right? So like Zeldris would be like the more defensive character, right? So he'd be like he'd do less damage with his card. His card would be like utility, like ult removal. And then you'd be like, okay, enter the defensive stats. If you've played Pokemon like Aegis Slash, right? Like King stance, sword stance, and shield stance. I think that'd be really cool as a character concept if they did that for duo units. And just in general, duo units would be super cool. If Hawk and Oslo, but they don't do like anything like together like that, right? I don't know. It'd be really cool if you did get like actual duo units, right? And they're like separate characters, but they like work together. And then in the ultimate, they do like a attack where they attack together, right? Like the movie Meliodas and Zeldris. We've been asking for since the movie was like teased. The movie's out. It's been a year now, I think, or longer, and we still don't have anything on it, which is like super weird. Now switch units, the same thing, right? Imagine like a Purgatory melee Ban, and then it's like if melee like is below like 30% health or something, he enters like Kachow mode, and then Ban comes out, right? And then Ban is like super strong with him. Purgatory is broken. So like he's there, and then he does like a gift where he heals people, right? Like pretty much what Purgatory Ban does, because he literally does, it's Purgatory Ban. But like something like this, right? I think that'd be cool too. Or like a unit where you can just actively switch, like the Team A, Team B stuff we have. That's only reserved for one PVE event against a stupid crocodile that you have to ignite 8 times. Like it's so stupid. That'd be really cool to see. And then actual transformation units. Now we talked about this on the podcast yesterday a lot, so just go watch it. It's on Amazing channel. Go like just search up Amazing Grand Cross, go to the live streams, and then it'll be the Sacred Treasure podcast. In general, go sub to him and sub to everyone on the podcast, because I'm gonna assume we'll do it on like everyone's channel at some point. I think that should be smart. Well, we'll see though how we do it. I actually don't know. Don't want to make false promises here, but I think that'd just be cool. Anyway, that's like everything I want, like the new card effects, new type of units, a lot of quality of life updates, shop updates too. Like they updated this shop, which is so sad because this means they won't update it for the future, like the foreseeable future. This is not 6k. This is not worth 6k. How quickly do you get 6k, you ask? Let's check. How much do you get a week? How much do you get a week for being in the highest rank? You get 3k. So every 2 weeks you can get one SSR ticket that can get you a blue Hendrickson. Yeah, I don't think that's quite worth it, right? In other games, you come like first in their type of ladder, and you get like 10 SSRs or something, and you get all this and this and this. Like at least, like, okay, if they're gonna have it the way they have it, at least make it so that when you reach Challenger, right, the rewards aren't just this. They aren't just 1 million gold and 3,000 coins. Make it 15 million gold at least minimum, and then make it like 3k coins, I guess. Sure, I mean we can still update the shop in the future. 3k coins, and then like 12 SA coins, 8 pendants, 20 of each demon raid material, 5 of each like demon food or something, 50 hammers. Like it has to have actual rewards. This is like no one, like I would never like tell anyone to play gear PvP. Like ungeared is fine. You get 2 multis every week. I think that's fair. I think it should be high key more. High key. I know I might be crazy. I think it should be more, but it is what it is. You get 2 multis, you get to champ 1, get into champ 1, super easy. You can do it with like almost any team imaginable. Right? Because ungeared is a lot less competitive as well. So just do that, and that's fine. Right? But the geared rewards are so bad in this game. I played AFK Arena, like just getting to like gold in that game on PvP was giving me more rewards than what Grankos has. So it's like, I don't know, it's so crazy. It's so crazy to me. Or give like, oh yeah, give gear sets too. Like fully upgraded gear sets. Right? They don't have to be rolled, but just that they're fully upgraded. It should be nice. Because blue crystals are actually kind of like annoying to come by at times when you do like big gear sessions. So I don't know. A lot of quality of life this game needs. It's still one of the best gachas though, so I can't complain too much. Well, I can't complain. I want to complain. If you don't complain about a game you like, then it probably means you don't care enough about the game, or you're just too ignorant to its flaws, and you're just a stinky consumer, right? If we complain, the devs will listen, because they're like, okay, they're complaining, but they're still playing, right? So we could just scam them, but if they complain too much, maybe they quit, and we do want players, so let's start implementing the stuff they need on a minuscule scale, just so they're happy. And you know what? That'd be fine with me. Just do like like all the changes I said for the PvP rewards. If they just do SA coins, I'm fine. It's alright. Right? At least it's something. At least it gives me something to look forward to every week. I only look forward to Taizu, not the little guy here. Right? No little bro. Little bro gives me like half an SSR ticket, half a blue Hendrickson. And if we talk about the pendants, not pendants. Oh, imagine. If we talk about the anvils, we actually can't get pendants. What? I thought you could, but they're like 500,000 million, whatever. Even worse. Pendants, right? 20 was 200 anvils, which is enough for like 1 slot of 1 gear maybe, right? Or like 2 if you're lucky. I don't know. That's pushing it though. For like almost half a gear, 1 single gear, almost half 1 single gear, you have to wait over like 2 weeks pretty much to get that. It's so stupid. I don't know, like it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Like, and then like 200 anvil is just not enough. I think you can get like 10 hammers, I think, every 2 weeks too. How much is it? Yikes. Okay, so yikes. So to hammer your stat twice, because it takes 5 hammers, you need to wait 3 weeks to get something from 2.8 to 3%. You need to wait 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. They don't play their own game. There's no way. They have their like funny like buffed up accounts, and then that's all they care about. This is the most like, this is actually the biggest like middle finger to PvP people that like this game and that actively play it. Because PvP players are the ones that keep the game the most alive, obviously, because they're the ones that have to summon for all the like meta relevant units, right? If you're someone that only cares about getting like champ 1 and ungeared, then like that's fine. Obviously, you should just do that. Obviously, this doesn't have a reward yet. But the people that play like geared actively are like usually the biggest spenders too. So I don't know. Obviously, you can farm coins, right? You can farm coins. You get to challenger and you start like putting on coin food. You start winning. It's fine. It works. Still, it just doesn't make sense. Like the fact that they value getting to the highest rank 3 times as the same as like knocking on your gear twice is stupid. But regardless, I don't know. That's my video about the future of Grand Cross. Wasn't as structured as I wanted it to be, but I also didn't want to have it be like, all right, guys, this is the first point done. Let's go to the next point, because I think that's cringe. So I just, so I just want to talk about it freely. What came to mind, and then I had my list up there, just to like save me from when I was going off-road a little too crazy. Regardless, that's it for the video, boys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Ciao, pew, 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 pow, pow.